here's the thing of what I thought about the show that we shot alone, where we didn't have a guest this year. It was on a little lake in Michigan that actually, hey, there he is. This is my friend. This is Mr. Fred. And, we had a camera boat driver, our buddy Dan Kimmel, we've worked together on many shoots. He looked at me and said, I got a lake. And we had an extra day to shoot, and he goes, I got a lake that man, there's really good ones in it. And our luck, we show up, and they pounded the lake with weed spray 2 days, 3 days before we got there. And what I've learned in Michigan, and anywhere else in the country, this is for another video, usually when they destroy all the weeds in a lake, the fishing sucks for quite a while. And we're kind of going around, it was a little lake, it was only probably 300, 400, 500 acres, very heavily pressured, heavily populated, a typical inland Michigan lake.
You know what you really love?
And we found one patch of grass that was still alive. And literally, I remember looking at cameraman Wes and pointing at that grass. I remember pointing at it and saying, that's it. That's the stuff. That's where they live at, man. If you look at all the footage right now of number one, the numbers of bass, but also the size of the bass that we caught there for Michigan or anywhere up north, are big ones, man. So it's cool, you know, you're setting a hook and having a big time.
Look at that fatty.
But the one thing I thought when we left there, and this is for really anybody that lives on a lake that gets doused with weed killer and stuff like that, if you find a blade of grass that still has life, that'll hold what I call the northern shad, which is bluegills, and that was the key to that shoot. You can't
Find out where the
fathom how many bass can live in one area. You'll say to yourself, they've got to be literally stacked on top of each other to catch that many out of it. Because really, if you looked at all that footage, all of those fish came out of a 30 to 35 yard long stretch. And when we left there, the one thing I thought was, you can go by an area and catch a few and never realize the true potential of what could have been living there. That's what I thought on that shoot.